That down. Let's move on to this. Also, breaking news. Off the top, literally dropped 7 minutes ago. You guys might remember that the very first preview that came out for the Fantastic Four, one of the faces we got to see was that of one John Malkovich. Well, it is now official. Variety has just reported that John Malkovich's Red Ghost has been cut from the movie. He's been cut out of Fantastic Four. The director says it was heartbreaking not to include him. I am reading this for the first time, so you're hearing this with me. Let's read it. The Red Ghost has escaped. Actor John Malkovich will no longer appear in Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four First Steps as Ivan Kragoff, because remember we had a lot of debate about who we thought John Malkovich was going to be, aka the Red Ghost, one of the earliest villains to battle the superhero quartet in the comics. Director Matt Shakman confirmed the decision to cut Malkovich out of the movie in a wide-ranging interview with Variety about his career and his experience in making film. Let's see what he says. Malkovich's scenes came early in the Fantastic Four, part of a lengthy sequence detailing the titular family's early years as superheroes, including when they battled the Red Ghost and his team of super apes. The first teaser trailer for the movie even includes a brief shot of Malkovich's character, and Shakman said the actor was brilliant and he gave it his all. But the need to service an extensive cast that includes Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, Eben Moss-Bachrach, Julia Gardner, and Ralph Ineson, as well as a story that begins years into the Fantastic Four superhero lives as Reed Sue welcome their first child, led the filmmakers to realize that Malkovich's appearance wasn't working with the full story. All right. I have two feelings about this. Feeling number one. That sucks. I love John Malkovich.
Me too.
To coin one of your phrases, he classes up the joint whenever he shows up in something. And so that's a bummer. On the other hand, I love hearing a filmmaker committed to everything has to be in service to the movie. And even though you have John Malkovich, if it's not working with the movie anymore, take it out. I love that. I think too many filmmakers fall in love with their stuff, which is why a lot of times one of my big critiques of movies I watch was it needed like 10 minutes trimmed out. It needed 15. It drags in some places. That's often because filmmakers refuse to take out certain things that they should just take out. And even though it's John Malkovich, and even though I would have loved to have seen him in it, I think if their determination was this wasn't working for the film anymore, let's just take it out. Here's the other thing that makes me feel okay about it, Rob. Hearing that this was just in the opening of the film, in the first bit of the film, kind of like a flashback. He's one of the first villains they fought. It doesn't sound like his character was actually going to be completely relevant to the plot anyway. So while I'm going to say it kind of sucks that we're not going to see John Malkovich in there, I also really respect why they're doing it. And it doesn't sound like we're going to be missing out on much anyway. Anyway, Rob, like me, you are just hearing this now for the first time. What's your reaction to John Malkovich being cut from Fantastic Four?
Well, I've loved John Malkovich. I've loved him since I saw him in The Killing Fields in the 80s and back in 84, 85. I loved him in Empire of the Sun, Spielberg's Empire of the Sun. I've loved the guy for 40 years. He's never delivered, even though Matt Damon tells a great story about Rounders, making Rounders.
That was hilarious. I saw him tell that story.
I love that story. But I love John Malkovich. But here's the thing. It's nice to know that they're really cracking down on these films to make sure that they're working. And maybe, you remember how on physical media, well, you might not remember this, they would put these shorts on, like Marvel shorts.
Oh yeah.
That
one-shots.
They were called the one-shots. Yeah. I remember the first one was who was meeting in the diner? It was Coulson.
Yeah.
Was meeting with the guy who later turned out to be a Hydra agent in a diner and stuff like that.
Yeah. Maybe they could put this, they haven't done those in a long time. If it works, I mean, if it's just
a one-shot.
Yeah, a beginning, a middle, and an end, a Marvel one-shot, see the history of the Fantastic Four, because if it was from the beginning of the movie, you've got John Malkovich, they've already paid him, and I'm sure he would, unless it just doesn't work at all. But if it actually could be a beginning, a scene that has a beginning, a middle, and an end, see the Fantastic Four's first confrontation with Red Ghost, that'd be kind of cool.
You know what movie of his I always like, and I'm freezing on the title, so help me out. I loved it. I still remember this one scene of his. There's no dialogue. He's just sitting in some grass. It's the one he did with Clint Eastwood, where Clint Eastwood is the
Secret Service.
the Secret
Yeah.
Service agent.
Oh, he's a dude. That's in the
And
line of
Malkovich-
fire.
In the Line of
In the
Fire.
Line of
Peterson.
Fire. And it's the first time I ever saw. Now I've seen it 100 times since, but it's the first time I ever saw a movie where a guy is putting together a plastic.
Yes,
gun.
he's assembling the gun.
The hunters come up to him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
what's that?
That I remember.
He's got the racer's
almost
cap
without
on.
much dialogue. It's like, oh my god, this guy's like one of the greatest actors alive. Like he's so good.
He's great in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love. Would you be surprised to know
Jonas.
that I have that on 4K?
I would not at all. Would not at all. And then of course he was great in Red.
So good.
Retired Extremely Dangerous.
And Cyrus the Virus.
Cyrus
and
the Virus.
Con Air.
Yep. Oh,
you have
he's
Death
so
of a
good.
Salesman on Steelbook with him?
I do not.
I got one.
There you got one over him. All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about this? Apparently, according to Variety, it's now official. John Malkovich, who was in the very first trailer, has been cut out of Fantastic Four. It sounds like just because it didn't work with the movie anymore. I'm bummed that we're not going to see him, but I like that the filmmakers are committed to the movie first. I don't know. Whatever you guys feel about this, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.